No, pioneers, this is mjkk613.14. Unofficial. Unofficial from my eyes. We're talking about barter and the economy and stuff in the last video. And I know it's I know it's hard to grasp how we will set by value. And it's already shown that the exchanges will be the last place I will go. Yeah, they will be the last place. And, you know, I'm hearing everybody, I've been having this discussion, debate, argument, whatever it is, over pi value and how it's going to be set and how it, okay. If we're starting with nothing, we are starting with nothing. Basically, all we are doing is distributing coin right now. And if you look at the two sides, let's take, okay, pi goes to the exchange. Pi goes to the exchange. And it's going to be under a dime. The exchange will probably list it under a dime. Okay. How is, at a dime, if you have 10 pi, what can you buy? You probably can't even trade on the exchange. And that will be the majority of the community. Or if you have 100 pi at a dime, what can you do with it? Okay. So you cut out a third of cut out at least a third of the community. You cut out a third of the community trading on the exchange for a dime. Any business, I don't care what business it is that opens up in pi, it won't stay open long because it won't have the traffic to buy the goods. If you can't spend it, if you can't use it, if you're not willing to use it, you can't buy what anybody. If somebody's offering something, you can't buy it. If you can't buy it, they can't stay in business. I mean, I guess to me, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. Okay, because people aren't taking into. They're not taking into account pi. We will set pi value in the community. Yeah. I know all the experts are saying, no, that can't happen. No, that won't. We can't support it. And they are right. You know, the few transactions that are going on now, yeah, you can't just, I mean, there's not enough transactions to support that value. Now, you give the community in-app transfer, and they believe in the value of pi at that price, at that value. You make a few million transactions at $100 a pi, that will be pi's value. You got the transactions to back it up. You got the community backing it up, using it. The economy is set by using it. Okay? Any economy today, I'm gonna say any developed country economy today that is relatively stable. The economy isn't the money trading on the exchanges. The economy is what their population is doing with the money. Yeah. If the big guys, yeah, they make major transactions. I mean, they make millions and billions of dollars. That doesn't make up the economy. Even if the 1% do their thing, still doesn't make the economy. Because out of 1%, what I think the United States is what, 2 billion or something like that. So you take 1%, 1% of that is what, a million, 100 million. All right, you leave the United States economy to 100 million people. It won't survive. For one, there's not enough people to keep the businesses afloat. There's not enough people making transactions. What makes the economy work is the 98% below it, buying what we need every day. Yeah. It's not hard to figure out, man. You know, I can go to the union, like the unions, when the unions were started, the truckers union. They shut Washington, D.C. down. Yeah, they all pulled into, all them big trucks pulled into Washington, D.C. and shut it down. They shut the whole city down. It's power of numbers. Okay. Pi is already at 20 million people. 20 million people believing, trusting that pie value is at $100. That value will be $100. I don't care what all the experts say. They can't. They couldn't, with the power of numbers and the power of transactions, they couldn't even change it. No, they couldn't. Pie, pie is not following current day models. It's not. It hasn't since Core launched it, 3/14/19. As much as people are trying to keep it and push it that way, pie is cutting its own path, people. It is. Yeah. Okay. Look at the American dollar, the United States. The dollar. I mean, most of it's all gone digital, so, but cash, people. Okay. The money, the printed money. It probably costs more to print the dollar than what the dollar can buy. Okay. And there's a couple of things that play into what in the situation we're in today. Okay. One, the money system is built. The United States money is built on a credit system. They have to create credit so we can borrow to create money, and the interest we pay goes to the top for the profit. Okay, so it's all. They need to create more debt for us to borrow. We pay that debt back, and the interest goes up top. Where we're at. That's how it works in a nutshell. That's how the money's created in a nutshell. Okay? And if we're not buying consumer goods, if we're not taking loans out for houses and cars, the economy will shut down. Okay? Think about inflation and deflation. When I got stuck because my train of thought is shaking. All right. When we're going up, it's inflating. The interest rates come down. Right? When it's deflating, the interest rates go up. Because when it's it's the other way. When it inflates, the interest rates go down. Go up. The interest rates go up. Because we don't want to be borrowing as much on the inflation side. When we get to the deflation side, they want to lower the interest rate, so we put more money back into the economy. The economy is the whole thing. Okay? It's like the crypto space world. Pretty much is the exchange. The exchange is the driving force behind most of the cryptos because it's traded to make money. They trade crypto to make money. Okay? Crypto is not the money. Crypto is not the money. Crypto is the tool used to create other money. So what they're looking at as crypto economy is just the exchange. Pi is not looking for the exchange as a crypto economy. Pi is looking for the community as the economy. Okay? What we value Pi at and what we spend it at, it still comes down to what people are going to accept it at. Yeah, and they say it's fake inflated, it's fake value, it's fake whatever. No, it's not. It's not. And don't, part of what my thing is don't fall into their bullshit. No, because the more they say that it's fake and they can't support it and can't do whatever, making us think that that's where it's got to go. That's where they want it to go. That's where they've sent every other project. It's there. Pi doesn't want to be there. Pi wants to break out of that shit, and Pi can break out of that shit. Okay? Then, power of the people, everyday people. You want to make change? Now, this is when we make change. Honest whatever. We use the dollar today. The dollar's backed by nothing. The dollar really has no value. And what it could buy in the 40s and 50s isn't even close to what it can buy today. So there's no value in the dollar. But why do we still use it? Because we have. We trust it to be used. When we're spending a dollar, when we're buying something at a store, okay, you buy a soda, you buy, buy a couple. It costs you $5. Whatever you're getting, it costs you $5. So we take our goods and we give the dude $5. We walk off with our goods. He trusts the $5 he got that he can use someplace else and get $5 worth of value. They trust that $5. It can be used. It's trusted to be used. That's how you set the value of an economy. Yes, 2 transactions. No, it's going to take a lot of transactions to do it. But if you have a lot, I mean, if you have 100,000 or a few 100,000 transactions at that price or at that value, that is the value. You can't change that. Yes, when it's all flowing and going and whatever, yes, it will float with the market. But if you don't start it high enough, it'll never get a place to float. Okay? And what? Now here's now think about it. Okay. Why would I, if we're talking $100 value, then you have $100 buying power in the pie that you have, why would you give that up? Why would you give that up? No, I don't. Why? I don't want to give it up. No. And if there are locations, stores, economies that are accepting it, I don't have to give it up. See, I don't have to shop at the $10 place. And I definitely won't shop at an under $1 place. Okay? Because I value my pie. They don't value their pie because they're looking to make other money off of it. The only way they can make other money off of it is buy low and sell high. Okay? I'm not looking to buy low and sell high. I'm looking to use it to buy what I want, what I need. We are at the ground level, so there is not a lot. I'm the first one to admit there is not a lot. There is not. And how can there be? How can there be? There's no money moving. There's nothing moving. There's nothing, okay? So what's going to draw? And see, when you start looking to draw outside business in, that's where we start to lose it. In the beginning. In the beginning. Those outside businesses will be here. They will be. In time. We just have to get the thing going. That's our job, is to get it going. Not looking at what we need to pull from the outside. Not looking that we need these big investors. No, that's not what Pie needs. Pie needs the community. 20 million people. All right. Let me put it in an easy way. 20 million people. We each make one transaction at a value of $100 a pie. That is Pie's value. That is Pie's value. Because we just make 20 million transactions at $100 a pie. You can't break that. They can't break that. They can't. Don't let them. Don't buy it. Don't let them. Don't buy it. 20 million people, one transaction at $100 a pie. That is Pie value. Okay? And what is going to support that value? Okay. Nobody's talking about what's going to support the value. What's going to, okay. It's already built in to support whatever value we set for Pie. The foundation of it is already set. Okay. Let's start with Pie blockchain. Pie blockchain is Pie blockchain. Yes. I won't deny that Core used Stellar Foundation. But I just found out today from somebody that's been pushing Stellar and really hard on Stellar. Okay. For Pi nodes to run, okay, they can't run right on Stellar protocol. Pi nodes need other software to run Pi nodes on that protocol. It takes it away from Stellar, man. That means Stellar nodes can't come into Pi and run. Stellar nodes can't run on Pi. Pi nodes can't run on Stellar. To me, that makes them different. If Pi were Stellar and Stellar, the nodes should be able to interchange without issue. A Pi node should be able to go over to Stellar, jump on the network, and be doing its job. A Stellar node should be able to come over to Pi, jump on the network, and do its job. They can't. Pi needs another piece of software to do its job on the Pi network. That makes Pi Pi. That's the start. We got the protocol. Pi protocol. Okay? And everything that goes with it. Because Stellar, I think, is second generation. I think Stellar is second generation. Pi is like fourth or fifth generation. So Pi has stepped up. Pi is new technology. Don't buy into all this other garbage that's going on. And I know you can hear it all over the place. I hear it all over the place. Pi is fourth or fifth generation. The way it's designed, there can be no points of centralization. Now there is some concern about where all pre-minute coin and all that. Yeah, there are concerns about that, and it's how Core addresses them. It's how Core addresses them will kind of make or break. But as far as the nodes, there's no way that the nodes can come together. That has to stay decentralized. The way the coin is distributed, it has to stay decentralized. There's no way that we gotta watch for we gotta watch for these guys. Look at every crypto that's out there. There is a hierarchy that has accumulated the coin. There is somebody controlling that coin. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, 1 or 2% control, 90% of the coins out. Stellar is centralized. Stellar has been centralized right from the gate. Same with XRP. And anything that's on proof of work will eventually get to a point that the nodes will centralize and the coin will centralize. That's not a centralized system. Pi design, Core design, Pi, 100% decentralized. The coins, there's no way, because investors can't come in and buy Pi. The only place investors can get Pi is on the exchange. That's the only place they can get Pi. They can't get Pi in Pi. They have to deal with the exchange to invest. So they're not investing in Pi. They're dealing on the exchange. That's where they need to be. They don't need to be in Pi. We don't want to give that control up. Okay? So, the nodes are decentralized, the coin is decentralized, and it's distributed as fair and as evenly across the community. Across the community. Okay? That starts to support that $100 value. It's a viable product. Okay? Yeah, it's a viable, and with the way it's designed, all the dApps that can be built on, it'd be just like Ethereum, and all the what is it, ERC20 or whatever tokens they got going on over there. Pi will be able to, people will be able to build their programs off of Pi, off their dApps off of Pi. Now, right now, they can't. The non-fungible tokens and stuff like that can't be built off of Pi. Everything that's coming off of the Pi protocol is Pi right now. Right now, but give it a year or two, whatever. Let it get established and do its thing, and let developers and Core do their research. Yeah, they'll come up with something other tokens that can be written off of Pi and used in Pi, which only makes Pi bigger. Okay? Supporting that value. Yeah. Then you look at all of those dApps, and you get dApp developers wanting to come. Look at how much is being built off of Ethereum. That's how Ethereum is raising its value. You don't think that's going to happen in Pi? That's going to, yeah. Okay, the $100 is just a starting point. That's just a place to get Pi going. It'll go up from there. It will go up from there. But it won't ever get up to where it's out of reach. Pi is supposed to be stay in reach. So you got the protocol, you got the dApp platform, and you got it, by that time, Pi, even to the 50 million people, 100 million people using Pi at the valuation. That is value, and that is solid, man. That nobody from the outside can get in and influence it, change it, do whatever. They can't get in to do it. Okay. That is the power of crypto. All Core did is put the power back into the crypto. Okay. Now, I hate to say this, man, but they gave it up once. They gave the power up once because they didn't know what it was, how to deal with it. Okay, we're 15 years, 12 years, 13, 14, 15 years on the road from the original, 4th generation. We don't need to go back to the beginning. All of these tokens that come out, whatever, they make them go back to the beginning. They make them go back to the beginning because they've learned how to make money off the beginning to now. They make them go back to the beginning. We don't want them to make Pi go back to the beginning. We won't. I mean, I'm only one person, man. But as a community, we don't have to go back to the beginning. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. We don't have to line their pockets. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. Okay? And now look back in American history. Look back in American history around the turn of the century, middle 1800s to late 1800s. Look up Vanderbilt, Rockefeller, okay, Carnegie. Just look them up. Most of them started from nothing. They started from nothing. Look how they generated and created their wealth and what they did to expand that wealth. That's what you have to look at in pi. That's what pi is. It really is. I have no reason to lie to you. I have no reason to bullshit you. I'm in this the same as you are. Yeah. Why would I be telling you something that I didn't believe? That I'm not behind? Yeah. Okay. Because everything up to this point that has come out in the digital space, in the crypto space, has been fit into the system that is in place today. And the system that is in place today is built on debt. The rich, okay, they force it down there. They convince us to sell. We sell it. They pick it up for next to nothing. They pick up a whole lot of coin for next to nothing. Because they know they can drive the value up. They know they can drive the price up. And then all of a sudden, the price boom moons. Yeah. That one, that's because it's a pump and dump setup. So it shoots up to the moon. Then they dump all that coin that they just bought from us for nothing. What? You know what we did? We just lined their pockets. We just lined their pockets. And if you want to do that, then fine, do it. I mean, it's one of the dumbest things that anybody could ever do. I mean, in the early days of Bitcoin, I could see it. Because nobody knew the technology. Nobody knew what was going on. 12, 13, 14 years down the road. If we haven't learned what's going on, and we allow, because if it goes that way, that means we've allowed it to go that way. We've allowed it to go that way. Any economy, any world economy, is the people, the people, not the top, the population. The population spending money, moving money. Because it's set up on this is creating more loans. That's how the U.S. system works. We create more loans. Okay. But it's us moving the money. It's us going to the gas station. It's us going to the grocery store. It's us going to 7-Eleven. It's us going to eat out and going to the grocery store. That's the economy. That's the economy. That's what drives the economy. It isn't them guys making big business deals or doing this or doing that or whatever it is. It's the population making the small transactions. We have the least money, but we make the most transactions. Pi is no different. Pi is no different. The later pioneers coming in will be the greatest number of pioneers in Pi, which will have the least amount of Pi. They need to be part of the economy. They need to be able to spend what they have. We need to, they have to be wanting and willing to spend what they have. That drives the economy. And when you have millions of transactions at that value, that's what that value is. And these traders are afraid of it. They know it. They're afraid of it. Because if we set that value here, in here, $100, we can control the exchange. We can make that exchange come up to $100. Yeah, guaranteed. If we're trading in here, there aren't going to be a lot of people that are going to be looking. If you're trading Pi in here for $100, and you're going to go sell on the exchange for 50 cents, okay. It's your money. You do what you want with it. Okay. They are afraid of it. They are. Keep them afraid. Yeah. Man. First rule of war: divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. We don't want to divide. No. We want to conquer because If we set the value of pi, and I'm saying it's just a starting value, it's not setting the overall value, it's just a starting place for pi to start that is usable. If we make that happen, we've changed things, man. They don't want to lose the control they have. The power, because they have the control and they have the power. Because they control the money. When they lose control of money, they don't have the power over us anymore. That's the power of crypto. That's what Pi's about. Whether you believe me or not, I really don't care, because the people that know and are working to make it happen know that that's what Pi's about. It is. Because Pi cuts out the middleman, cuts out any centralization or any point of power of concentration of wealth or control or whatever, cuts all that out. It can never happen in Pi. It can never happen because of the way it's designed and set up. It can never happen. You cut that power and control from over there. Take it one step further, man. Take it one step further. All right. We have 25 million, 25, 30, 40, 50 million people in Pi that is not trading in these economies on the outside. That's a big loss for the guys, man. It's a big... I don't care what country it is. You take a few million people out of the economy, not spending money there, it's going to hurt that economy. You take 50 million people around the world, and what's going to happen is the third world countries, people from third world countries, their standard of living is going to come up to where it should be inside Pi. That means they have leverage. That means, yeah, they interject that kind of money into their economy, into their deal. Yeah, their economy, they're not going to be a third world country. They're not going to be a third world country. Now, the rest has another first, I wouldn't say first, but there's another second world country that can stand on their own. They can start demanding and controlling what they want for their country. Make them independent. Make them more independent. That's all part of that value. All we're looking at is starting value. Is controlling starting value. Once it's out and floating and doing this thing, yes, the free market and all that other stuff the value of Pi will float with that. But it won't go below $100, man. Okay? Because I just got to hit him again. And that's, man, you need to wake up. I mean, you can say sleep, just sleep on the right side. That's all. Just sleep on the right side and don't do anything. And you'll be all right. Yeah, you go. You wake up, the stronger the community is, the less we're going to have to deal with it. Because 20 million people, man. 20 million people making one transaction. We just made 20 million transactions at $100 a piece. That is Pi value. That is how Pi value is set. And I just told you what's going to support it. The community, the protocol, the depth. Yeah, that's what it is, man. I got to run.